And well, first of all, good morning. It's a Monday, and a good way to start a Monday is we start the Eastern Cape. We go through an area formerly known as the Transkei, the name known as the Wild Coast, and I guess we'll hike over the next 2 weeks to see if it lives up to its name. But yeah, here's to the Wild Coast. Let's see how wonderful and how wild it's going to be. So I actually remember last year I decided I'd walk the Wild Coast, well, a portion of it at least. And I walked from Mbweki to Poriru. And it's that specific journey that sparked this walking the South African coastline. It is that journey that made me start to really realize what this could be all about and what I wanted to show people, how beautiful the coastline is, and how beautiful the people are, and how great our hospitality is along the coastline. Problem came in where if I did such a short journey, a lot of people say, oh, we've done that before. Yes, it is great, but nowhere else. The truth is, it is everywhere. It's along the entire South African coastline, and my thing is to bring it to you guys, to show you that it is truly a beautiful coastline, and the people are truly beautiful, and the hospitality is even greater. So I hope I can give you perspective of how great the coastline actually is and what it holds for everyone in this country. And don't forget also just to reignite hope. This looks like our first river crossing for the morning. Compared to last year, it's pumping actually. Just gonna have to look and see how deep it is and see where the best spot to cross. So the water's quite cold. Generally we look for a few things. One, if it's a croc infested river, we obviously look for crocs. To my knowledge, there's no crocs in these Eastern Cape or the lower Transkei waters. Sharks is more what's prevalent, so we obviously keep a lookout for sharks, but I think sharks in these shallower waters we shouldn't see any sharks, so that's all good. I'll try and keep videoing as I go. Looks like we're heading into some deeper water. Probably get a bit wet, but it's all good. This is why we do what we do. Water's a bit cold, and that's that. Made it through the river. But yeah, that was the first river crossing. Not too bad. A little bit cold water, but otherwise all good. I'm gonna go and put my shoes on. I'm sure they'll be fine. Alright.
This local fisherman is mining or harvesting bloodworm. A bloodworm is like the ocean's equivalent of an earthworm. The difference is that it actually eats through rock, and it plays a very important role in the ecosystem of these sort of rock pools. There is certain legalities around bloodworm, where in some areas it's illegal to harvest, and other areas have bag limits. This particular harvesting technique is in fact illegal, but I think we can also keep in consideration that these guys fish to feed their families, and they don't necessarily have the money to buy bait or have a bait shop sort of right on their doorstep either. So I think it's just a lack of knowledge, the destruction that this harvesting method does to the rock pools. But it's nonetheless an interesting video, and I just thought I'd share this with you guys for those of you who haven't seen it, or this practice being done before. But yeah, I think interesting, but also just a educational aspect as well.
Sun, rain, thunderstorms, whatever the weather, we walk. Sukumbi River, and over that hill is Mtentu. So we're about 4.5 k's out of Mtentu. So we've just come from there when I last videoed, and we've just got to track the rest of the way up this hill, and then Mtentu is just over the hill from there. Good morning. So just a quick turn around. This is Mtentu. I stayed over the hill there somewhere last night at Fishing Shack. They did lunch, dinner, breakfast, and a packed lunch for me, which is absolutely amazing. Thanks, Fishing Shack. And now walking down the road to get to the river, which is just over this little sort of plant. So we head down the hill and then cross the river. So yeah, looking forward to today. We walk to Grosvenor. Nice fresh morning, a little bit of a chill in the air. Sun rising there in the clouds. You can see a bit of light in the clouds there. Good morning. So we've just crossed the Mtentu River. Just from the bank there you can see the canoes, and there's the guy heading back now. Yeah, $10 a person. Rather do that than get wet, I guess, and risk the clothing getting wet. Yeah, there he goes. So I'm actually not sure of the name of this shipwreck. It's probably about 5 or 6 kilometers south of Mtentu. So yeah, I'll get that information for you guys. But it's probably about 300 meters, 200 meters away from the ocean, so it must have been a hectic storm to bring the ship in this far. So we've reached Mkombati Falls. In fact, I remember when I first started the page, I put a picture up asking people if they knew where it was or what the place was. And there's something very special about this spot to me, because I walked the Wild Coast last year, and the Wild Coast was the pinnacle of what made me decide to do this. So I took a picture at that spot last October, and I reposted the picture and said reminiscing about my last adventures, and I'd asked everyone to give me some suggestions of some possible new adventures, and Megan had messaged me at the time, and she said, why not go see the Namaqualand flowers? And I said, hey, I've got an idea, why don't I walk the entire South African coastline? So there's the picture at the spot right here that got that initiative going, and it was walking this coastline that was the pinnacle to my adventure.
I don't need a lot, I don't need a range, I just want love, a little bit of pain. I just need you, your company, I just need you, your ecstasy. I wanna have a bed on Beverly Hills. Grandma gon' be dead when she see the gold grills. Spend a couple stacks on a one-night thrill, that'll be okay, ayy. I wanna get a fade like every other day. Garden bad and bougie, on the way. I wanna see the look on my teacher's face from my Bentley, ayy. But what is life? What is life without fantasies? Yeah. I don't need a lot, I don't need a raise, I just want love, a little bit of pain. I just need you, your company, I just need you, your ecstasy. I don't need a ball, I don't need a chain, I just want love, a little bit of change. I just need you, your company, I just need you, your ecstasy. Wish I could hop out a rave and get the hell out this place. I'd hop a choo-choo train straight to outer space. What is